Good morning, Santo Domingo. Yeah. Buen día. Buen día. Yee! It ain't nothing but me. Top boss, big nations. Yo, passport bro next door. Nations Village. Today, we got a travel tale for you. It's an oldie but a goodie. We did tell this story on a previous video, but that was about a year ago. So we got a little bit more traction. So we decided we're gonna tell this story again. Passport bro gets robbed in Dominican Republic. Yes, sir. We're going to tell you how it all went down. And this story, this is going to take us from Santo Domingo to San Pedro de Macorís and back to Santo Domingo. It all started out with another beautiful Santo Domingo morning. Miami Vice vibes at its finest. I woke up in my condo in the Piantini area. So I did my usual morning 1-2. Except something was missing, you know? I had the beautiful view from my Piantini balcony. But what I didn't have no prop to smoke. And for us at Nations Village, we got to have the prop. So our morning 1-2 just wasn't the same. You know, we got this nice view. We can see all the sights. We got billboards on the other side. You know, everything was cracking, but the prop was lacking. So needless to say, without the prop, our scrambled eggs just didn't taste as cheesy, and our natural lemon juice, it just didn't have that same twang. So at around this time, Nations Village, we had to take evasive action. You know, our mind was going in many directions because we knew that before the conclusion of the night, we knew we had to have some prop. We just couldn't let all this beauty, all this culture, all these lit vibes go to waste. You know. So, Nations Village, exactly what is evasive action? Well, it could be many things, but in this particular situation, what we decided to do was we posted a status on the WhatsApp. You know, simple little status out there on the balcony of Piantini. You know, the locals, people that stay in Santo Domingo. Once you post a pic or a video in Santo Domingo, all they gotta do is look at it and they're gonna know where you at. So that's how we set our plan in motion to obtain some prop. We set the bait out there with the WhatsApp status, and now we gonna see what fish bite. Lo and behold, the chefs and tour guides start coming out the woodworks, asking us, are we in town? What we up to? What's going on? This and that. Then the phone rang, y'all, and we got a video call, Nations Village, from one of our friends, our little friends from a previous trip. So she see that we was in town. So of course, we had to chop it up with her for a little bit, get through a little small talk, see what she had going on. And just so happened now she lives in San Pedro de Macorís, but it just so happened she had been in Santo Domingo the night before, probably doing her 1-2 thing, chef, tour guide, homie, lover, friend, whatever she had going on. Just look at these three sweet little chicas all in black. Now, who would think they would be on the gang, right? Huh. But contrary to what we was thinking, Nations Village, yeah, these three chicas definitely was on the gank move that day. So after our little friend tell us that, she's in Santo Domingo right now because she was there last night, I asked her, did she think she could find me some prop? Because on a previous trip, her and her sister, both of them were able to find some. What her sister found was actually pretty good, in fact. So, she was like, well, um, when I get back to San Pedro, I can possibly get something en route for you. So, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And keep in mind, Nations Village, it's still early. We talking about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yee, it ain't nothing but me. Hey gang, say gang, if you watching this right now, like the video, drop a comment below, share it with friends, family, and a foe, and tap that subscribe button to become a part of Nations Village. We stay going up. So since our friend is already in Santo Domingo, I just told her to send me her location, and I come scoop her up. I'll even take her back home to San Pedro de Macorís, and then she can get the prop en route for us. I also needed to exchange some money, so I decided that I was gonna do that in San Pedro as well. I always like to go to San Pedro. I like the vibes out there, and it's kind of, it's a quick getaway from Santo Domingo. And that's the main reason why we suggest always getting a rental car, just so you have the freedom to come and go as you please. The driving is a little insane out there, but once you go through it for a day, you'll be able to maneuver your way around. But it's all about that freedom. So she sent us the location, and we see, oh, okay, she only 15 minutes away. So we got 15 minutes to go pick her up, and then it took us maybe another 35 minutes to get to San Pedro. So, hey, everything's shaping up. Everything's shaping up pretty good. Picked her up. She was in good spirits. We chopping it up all the way to San Pedro de Macorís. All right, y'all, we made it. We in San Pedro de Macorís. Check it out. So we get to San Pedro, and the first thing we do is our friend, she shows us where we can exchange some money at. So I find some place to park. I go in and exchange either $200 or $300. I can't remember, but I know the money was supposed to last us for at least 2 days. I usually get $200 or $300, and that'll usually last me 2 or 3 days, just depending on what I got going on. So when I get back to the car, I ask our friend, hey, where your sister Mamacita at? Because I know Mamacita know where the good prop at. I'm trying to get some good prop. I ain't trying to get that corner store bag prop that you got me that time. That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm telling my friend. Cause one time I had her find some prop for me, and I knew by the bag. It came in one of them bags that you gonna get from the corner store. Once I saw that, I already knew it was gonna be a travesty once I opened it up. And indeed it was. Straight garbage. Hey, but I did appreciate her efforts. So she telling me that, her sister Mamacita ain't en route at the moment. So she won't be able to get in contact with her. But she's like, shoot, I can find some good prop for you. I know where the boys at that got it. So we pull up to the spot, maybe 6 minutes away from the money exchange. So, she was like, I'm gonna run in here and go get it. We had talked about the numbers before. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was I want to say it was the equivalent of $50 US, because I was trying to get I was looking for a 7G of the prop. So I give her the pesos and off she goes in the cut around the corner. She's supposed to go in, get the prop, secure the prop, come back out, so Nations Village can continue their day. So, man, 10 minutes go by, Nations Village, and we already knowing, the gank is in full effect. So no later than 10 minutes, we get a call, Nations Village, and it's from one of the other three girls. She like, oh, Lil A went to get your prop and they locked her up. The policia got her. You need to come over here so we can go get her. I'm like, man, what? So I hung up on that girl, and no sooner Mama Cedar called me, which was the third girl in black. She called and she got the same sob story, blah 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 blah. But Nations Village, we weren't hearing it. They already got us for the 50. We weren't taking no more chances. So, needless to say, we had to lick our wounds, turn that L into a lesson, though. Thankfully, though, we did have a tour already scheduled in San Pedro that day at that exact time. So it didn't throw us off with the timing or the location or nothing like that. And to make it even better, all is well that ends well. Once we got back to Santo Domingo, we employed another tour guide, and she was able to secure a nice bag of prop for us. So we was able to enjoy our balcony like we always do. That's why they call him Mr. P and Teeny Spliff Deenie. Yes, sir. And with that, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay going up. We are here on the balcony. Coughing a balloon.